A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching. Welcome back to Vito Africa. This is Vito Lifestyle. My name is Emmanuel Gona. Thank you for joining in. Remember, we are live on YouTube at Vito Africa, and you can always follow us on the social media platforms X and Instagram at Vito Africa 1, TikTok and Facebook at Vito Africa. Tuingie pale tukaweze kushare mawili matatu. Remember, if you're joining in, kindly you can share your locations so that we can see and of course appreciate the area code that you're representing. And with me in the studio here is a young man. Yeah, I will never call you a guest because I've engaged you. We've been here together severally, though I know this is the first time you are here. I think in 2024, yeah,
Oh yeah.
this is the first time you're here. And just before maybe I allow you to greet our good friends out there, I need to share this. Last week I wasn't around, and I was attending a certain, should I call it an event, where young people were coming in to show their innovations in relation to climate, the climate space. And most of them were doing some projects on agroecology, renewable energy, and I think I was a happy man because at the end of the day, the one who was the best, there were nine guys doing the presentations, but the best, the one who emerged the winner in that case, is one from Kilifi County, Suleiman Baji, from Rabai Sub County. Then we had number two, ambaye anaitwa first runners up,
Yeah.
is a young man I've hosted here at Vito Africa, Vito Lifestyle on April 26th, 2023. In fact, is one of the guys ambao amefanya nakumbuka mpaka date ya hiyo interview yenye nilikuwa naye hapa. Anaitwa Lucky Kazungu Nzaro. Yes, the goat farmer. So he actually presented that project, yeah, goat farming, that is sustainable agriculture. And there are many young people out there. Kuna wale from Garissa, from Isiolo, from Marsabit, from Machakos. Machakos by the alikuwa mzee fulani. Young people from Homa Bay. So hiyo ilifanya kidogo nikakuwa na interest na kujua in this climate space ni youth kweli wako ama huwa ni story. Unajua of course hapo nyuma nyuma watu wamekuwa wakinijua kule nje pengine as a digital influencer, and you see as digital influencers most of the time our our visibility is online, but then this was an opportunity to see what young people are doing pale kwa ground. And that's why I also called you, because I've been following up what you're doing on your social media accounts. And of course, I know you. Nasikia hata majirani vile wanasema. Like, by the way, I've been engaging with the ward administrator,
Yeah.
and he really knows your name. Unajua mtu akikujua by your name, hiyo ndio wale ambao wanaenda makanisani wako na ile hope ya kwamba mwisho wa siku tu watakutana na Mungu uso kwa uso, ana kwa ana, kwa sababu matarajio yao ni kwamba Mungu anawajua kwa majina yao. So you can imagine the word administrator anakujua kwa jina yako. Right now, if we talk of the Baso word, then the first name that you'll hear on climate issues itakuwa wewe. Kindly reintroduce yourself na pia usalimia watazamaji pale. It's a new year 2024. Karibu.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
You are now short of words.
Maneno yanapotea. So our dear viewers, asante kwa hapa tena. My name Madaraka Katana.
Mhm.
I'm doing very many things.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I'm a digital influencer.
Yeah.
I'm an environmentalist.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have a passion in environment and
Very
climate change.
passionate.
Yeah, very passionate.
Sure.
Yeah. And I can say I'm also working with an organization known as Registry.
Mhm.
Registry is a company
Mhm.
which is a company which is doing some conservation work
Mhm.
in Watamu,
Mhm.
Kilifi County. So I'm working there as the head of operation in their projects.
Head of operations.
Yeah.
Na sisi vijana kule nje tunalia hakuna kazi. Kumbe kazi uko nazo kama we ndio mkuu pale. You said it's Watamu ward.
No, Watamu.
Watamu municipality.
Watamu.
I know since Watamu ipewe hiyo municipality the charter. Kuna vitu vingi tu watu wameanza kusema watu wa unajua sasa hii watu wa Matsangoni pia akienda mahali anasema sisi kutoka Watamu, kutoka maeneo ya Watamu, watu wa Dabaso kule, sisi kutoka maeneo ya Watamu, which is a nice thing because at least now we are moving in the right direction. Tukianza hii stories za municipality, I remember most of the people, especially wale wa Matsangoni kule, they were seemingly out of that thing, but it's I'm glad that sahi tunasonga vizuri.
Sure.
I want us to be very specific. Like I've mentioned, as I've said, I saw 8 young people who were giving their ideas. But I want a confirmation. Unajua ukifika pale kwa ideas, watu wata present, they have, unajua mambo ya PowerPoint presentations, anyone can do anything with those figures. But again, I've promised actually this young man anaitwa Lucky Kazungu amesema tuende kukula mbuzi kule on Sundays. I'm trying to see kama tunaweza pata mbogi tukatembea huko kwake tukakula mbuzi. Of course na kuconfirm, is it true that this guy akona awa mbuzi wengi? Now that hatuko na but we'll go as Vito Africa, I think on Sunday kitu kiko locked. CEO atutayarishie gari pale ndio tufike. But now you've talked of you're very passionate on environment issues. I know you've been planting trees, mangroves, and the other indigenous trees kwako tu kwenu nyumbani pale. Nimeona video zako kwa mitandao umekuwa tu ukipost. In fact kwa TikTok pia you've been doing the short videos hizo. Apart from that, ama whatever hiyo yenye unafanya, do you think ni kitu yenye young people wenyewe wako ndani na wanaifanya ama wanafanya for social media purposes? Wewe sasa kama environmentalist na kama digital influencer.
According to me, since the time I was here and now, I can be very sure, or I can say here boldly that there are some changes, and youth are just getting into the system, are just getting to involve in those activities now. So siwezi sema kuwa youth hawamo wala youth wamo, but youth are there. Though one thing about the youth is the youth, most of them, they don't have that heart ya to volunteer in many of those activities or in doing those things, because I don't know about youth, but I don't know if something about ambao nafikiria pia most of the youth pia they lack that information, or they lack to know what the importance of what all this climate change, conservation and everything is all about and its importance. So they are there, though those who are not there is just because of their ignorance and because of the lack of knowledge of the importance of what is there. But youth are in the space.
So youth are in the space.
Yeah.
But again, you're saying that you're not that sure whether they're in the space. And that has also reminded me of one thing. I joined a call yesterday on the post 28, post COP 28. And I was listening to the presentations. This one young man, Michael Haduyu, who is a team lead at the African, I've just forgotten the organization, but he was talking of the participation of the children and young people, especially when they go to the COP 28. And he said that From the COP28, it was registered that at least a good number of young people and children, in this case, were present at the COP28, which he said that that is a positive trajectory. Looking or rather having in mind that most of the time, if we talk of climate issues, there's a tendency of just looking at the young people being engaged in influencing kule kwa mitandao, huko ndio tunajulikana, tunapatikana. But nataka tu I want to be very specific here. You see, wewe umetaja tu zile, mimi nimekutajia kupanda miti because pia mimi napanda miti. But of course, najua I want us to look at it in the space ile ya kwamba one is an environmentalist vile tu umesema, but they are still making life from that, wakati either wakicheza na either mitigation or adaptation. And now to be more specific, I've seen you na huku kwa head of operations na vile vitu na post. It's not about si kupanda miti pale, nimeona tu ukifanya vitu vingine. But just before pengine utuambie hiyo kitu hiyo, allow me to go through the comment ambao tayari imeweza kufika pale. Naona Reshi Raquel amesema I'm excited the great Madaraka kondani ya studio. Mi naye nikimwona huyu najua climate tunayo. Asante sana.
Thanks.
Watu wamekujua huko na climate, bado kidogo tu akuite Mr. Climate. Mr. Climate Watamu Municipality. That's nice. So apart from hii kupanda miti na hii story nyingi ambayo unataka kutuambia, there is life in this climate space.
Sure.
I feel like you should can you eleza tu ile climate space kulingana na wewe, alafu pia utuwekee ile context ya pale kwenye uko. I also, dear viewer, ukumbuke tu huyu jamaa ambaye niko naye hapa, mimi nikimjua alikuwa ni mwalimu. Si mwalimu wa chekechea, mwalimu wa hisabati mahali, au mwalimu wa maths. Madaraka is one of the mwalimu wa maths ambao wamekuwa around. But of late, in fact, aliacha kazi sometimes more than 4 months ago. Na naona tangu waache kazi, the guy akosha, his face is shiny. Kuna vitu tunatakiwa kuambiwa ukweli. So kindly share with us. Hii climate space wewe so far so good. Because nakumbuka last year ikianza, actually you are not in the climate space.
Yeah,
you are not just, yani haukuwa ile ndani kwa hiyo space.
Yeah. In fact, if I can remember, I started engaging in the climate space by November, I think.
No. Hiyo November umeenda mbali.
No, around November 2022.
Okay.
Not 2023, November 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, that is when I started getting that passion climate change. Yeah, so from there sasa
give us hiyo line yote mpaka sasa. Unajua, because the issue is, unajua tukiangalia kuhusu youth and climate space, the challenge is young person pale ama the young people wanajipata kabisa kwa space.
Yeah.
Lakini the unfortunate bit, let me put it in that context, kwamba mtu atajipata lakini amejipata katika mkusanyiko ule, pengine ni kusafisha, pengine ni kupanda miti zile general tu. So anapiga mara ya kwanza, ya pili, ya tatu, akiangalia ni kama time inapotea nini. But I understand that through hizo vitu ndio bado ile passion pengine inaingiliana. There is growth through hizo vitu zote. And I want you ujaribu sasa kutupatia since hiyo November 2022 vile ulijipata, vile mpaka sahii kile kitu chenye unafanya, because I'm certainly sure it is still in the climate path. Yes.
Okay, for me, when I start talking about the climate space, maybe I can assure you there, in climate space there is a life there that everybody can get there and make a living. But one thing about it, one, you must have a sharp mind, a mind that you must be innovative, because that space is very big. The space is very big, because when you're talking about climate change can be integrated with anything that is around. So you must be innovative for you to get something there. Two, you have to be, you have to have that passion or the heart of volunteering. You have to do things for free for you to earn ili kuingia kwa hiyo space vizuri. Because now coming to my journey, I started having a passion in climate change on November 2022 when I attended a meeting by, I think it was Action Aid. So that meeting was about advocacy. Was it advocacy, something advocacy? So as we were learning about advocacy, we interacted with some people from Garashi and Marafa, and I learned how those people are doing there. I got some pictures and I made friends where I was sharing with them different things ambazo wanafanya in those areas. So that is when the interest came. And from there, I was good in social media because I learned, in fact, that one was social media advocacy. So that passion in social media, posting things about climate change, about conservation and everything, I got a chance to attend the summer school in June 2023. That is where I also got more knowledge and more. I was still a teacher by that time, and it was still volunteering because at that time I was attending very many tree planting in Kilifi. Just hakuna mtu alikuwa ananisimamia, ni mimi mwenyewe nijitolee, naenda Kilifi nikirudi. Na sikuwahi kukosa, by the way. I remember that time sikuwahi kukosa. It was like every Saturday. Was it every Saturday?
After every 2 weeks.
After every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That Saturday I was going there. Na sikuwa nalipwa na mtu. Yeah. There are other activities ambazo zilikuwa zinafanyika like beach cleaning, those town cleanups. I was attending every time, and every time I was attending, I was updating on my social media. So that is how I got noticed, and hiyo safari ikaanzia hapo.
No.
So from the summer school, getting the knowledge and kupata ile innovative mind ya kuwa nikifika huko I can start something. From there, I attended the African Climate Summit. There I met some friends, and from there also I met some friends who were investing in Watamu, and that is where I found just myself in that space and in all those goodies ambazo sahi ziko. But something I can tell the youth, here you have to be hardworking, lazima ujitolee, na lazima ujue kuwa you need to be noticed before you succeed in the space. Yeah.
Do you think whatever happened by chance? Was it luck? Unajua kuna zile vitu zenye unasikia pengine ni zare ama pengine utasema tu ni God.
I cannot say it's luck because I worked for it. Do you remember the last time I was talking about the plastic thing?
Yeah.
I was collecting plastic. Nobody was paying me.
Sure.
Now I got a plastic. I worked for it. And all those things are coming because I worked and I showed people that I had the passion.
And by the way, unajua kitu yenye ni muhimu sana ni kwamba you've done a lot of work.
Yeah.
Umepanda miti, umepanda mikoko. And talking of mikoko, dear viewer, I remember on Saturday, this Saturday, hata tarehe nasahau. Saturday 3rd, 3rd Feb, watu watakuwa wameanza tayari kucelebrate ile World Wetlands Day. Na people will be at Kidundu Mtongani there, courtesy of KCCGP, ambao sasa watu watakuwa wanapanda mikoko pale. Kama kawaida ilikuwa mikoko ni 10,000 pale. Sijui sasa itakuwa 20,000 kwa sababu unajua ni zamani tangu watu wapande kwa pamoja tena pale. Na pia Wetlands Day nimeona pia akina director pale wa climate change na forestry bwana Kanundu amesema kwamba Kilifi County yote itakuwa pale. So itakuwa Kidundu Mtongani. So I feel like pengine it will be a very big event, and I know environmentalists kama kina Madaraka Katana lazima utawapata pale. And by the way kuna watu wengi tu ambao wamekuwa wakifuatilia and wako na hiyo interest, akina Joseph Fidel Gona. I'm very happy to say that tuseme ni kikosi chote tu cha Vito Africa. Wote tu wamekuwa sasa ni wana mazingira. They are doing everything. Na vile tu unasema very passionate because most of the time watu wanajitolea. I remember last week nikiwa ile maeneo nimetaja kwamba I was sharing with people because I happened to be the first presenter. Mimi ndio nilikuwa curtain raiser pale. I remember my friends hapo akina Boni na Mato pale wakisema kwamba you will curtain raise. So as a curtain raiser, issue ilikuwa ni kuongelea kuhusu the mangrove. And I was sharing of course with the everyone who was there that it is also a challenge tu venye unasema, because I can imagine mtu akitoka Watamu sahii mpaka Kilifi na kirudi, that's almost 1000 imeenda, but still young people angalau wameonyesha hiyo ari, wako na hiyo moyo ya kwamba wanajitolea na wanaenda na wanafanya kazi. Nakumbuka vizuri sana enzi hizo za watu wakifika kule ni the team ambayo ilikuwa inapiga kazi zaidi. Wacha nisiseme hivyo alafu nikaambia kwani mnamaanisha sisi wengine tulikuwa tufanye. But very nice. So you are saying that determination na kujituma kwingi. So how did you find yourself sahi pale kwenye sahi uko kama head of operations? Ili kujaje why not Joseph, why not Emmanuel, why is it that ikawa Madaraka? What happened? Because I feel like pia unajua most of the time tukiongea kule nje young people, na hii kitu iko na young people wanajaribu kuangalia tu, wanasema hapana, either ni stories za jaba ama hapana, kuna vitu tunadanganywa. Me I know this is the reality, but how did it happen ikawa wewe na si mtu mwingine? Kuna nini ambayo ni science gani yenye ilifanyika hapo? That's what we want to understand.
Okay, this journey started from the summer school. I met a friend. He was previously a friend though. Ni mtu mwenye tulikuwa tunajuana, but hakuwa ananijua. Mimi ndo nilikuwa namjua lakini hakuwa ananijua from Watamu, and unfortunately tukapatana sote tuko summer school. So from there we built that friendship. So I met him another day. Sasa after summer school I met him during a mangrove planting at Mida Creek. As we were still talking, I think tulitoka hivi tukazunguka mahali, but tukapata Mida Creek wanarusha zile plastic zao mahali. So as we were talking about that, then I told him about my project ambayo niko nayo kwa nyumbani ya plastic. So that person now akawa asha interact na mtu ambaye anatafuta groundman wa project ya plastic. Mtu wa mkono. So that is when nikajipata tu hapo. And that time remember nilikuwa nimeacha kufundisha. Nilikuwa nimeacha walimu, and sasa nilikuwa nataka kujiingiza kwa climate change kabisa.
Unajua that reminds me, nilikuwa pale kwa social media leo nikaona causes zenye zimewekwa. Kuna jamaa pale anaitwa Omwamba ameweka causes karibu 40, akasema remember those of you who are waiting to join the universities and colleges, remember these are the worst causes that you can ever do. Na nikiangalia pale namba sijui around 29 or something ilikuwa ni education. So I was just looking at it, nikauliza pale tu mimi moja kwa moja, kwa hiyo unamaanisha sisi tuliopitia hiyo ya education tulijiwest? Na watu wakaja wakaongea. Now sasa looking at you ambao uliwacha kufundisha, ni mateso ya shule ama ilikuwa sasa ni ile drive sasa umeona tu hii mambo ya mazingira acha niachane na kazi? Because remember ukiwacha kazi ya kufunza haukuwa unaenda kulipwa na mtu yoyote.
No.
So umewacha kazi ambao at least at the end of the month unajua unaweza pata kasabuni pale, na umerudi tu nyumbani unasema wacha mimi sijui nitakusanya maplastiki, nitapanda miti, just like that.
Because I thought like teaching inanifunga kufuata my passion. Also teaching is something that you are not doing a new thing. Kifika hapo niwe na darasani ofisi. There's no new thing that you are doing. So I thought let me do a new thing ambayo itanifanya nifanye vitu vingi zaidi.
Unajua unaongea
that one was giving me the freedom too.
I feel like tagging some people out there. No. Kidogo pia mimi niwaambie, by the way, I left teaching because you see you're tied up from 8 to 4 p.m. Vitu vingi. Lakini no. Mimi si hivyo, mimi si Madaraka. Mimi by the way, I miss teaching. I'll go back to teaching. Only that Vito Africa now lazima nitakuwa. Yes, so hiyo sasa umesema pale kwenye umejipata, it was a connection ambao ilitokana from one, the passion, and two, kule kujituma kwako, because this engagement ilitokana in fact in an activity that you are in. So what is it all about?
So after being connected na the person mwenye alikuwa tafuta groundman, then hapo ilikuwa safari, because I was connected during I think ilikuwa August hapo. So August mpaka fika September, that person haji Watamu.
That's just 1 month, bro.
No, yeah, September mpaka by the I met that person during the climate summit, because after kwenda kwa climate summit nilikuwa nisha connectwa naye.
Okay.
So I met her during the climate summit, na we tried to connect, and then alikuja huko I think October, and that is when we started doing those projects now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which projects? Unajua it's about those projects. You see, the main interest here, like I've started by saying that I was in a certain event,
Yeah.
where the winner happens to be a young man,
Yeah.
who is practicing agroecology.
Yeah.
Kupanda tu ile mamboga. I remember sometimes back we had Queen Elizabeth,
Yeah.
wakati akiwa Arusha, Kenya, and she was sharing about kitchen garden na
Yeah.
vitu kama hivyo. So basically that's what that young man is doing. Mwanaume, unajua sasa kuna vile vitu venye sisi pia sometimes tunaangalia tunaona sasa mimi nikashika mamboga nini, kuna vitu tu vingi ambavyo tunajaribu and by the way the young man alipewa 150,000 na pia akaambiwa bado kutakuwa kuna ufuatilizi wa kusaidiwa. There is one of the judges, yule jamaa alikuwa kwa ile kipindi inaitwa Maria, bwanake Maria, yule jamaa anaitwa Louis Joy. Yes, that guy promised him a tank, na pia akaongea kuhusu stories za plot. Unaona, kuna vitu vingi tu ambavyo vilikuja kutokana na hiyo effort. Yeah. This young man, Lucky Kazungu, a young man, anafuga mbuzi. Unajua kuna vitu venye kidogo we are trying to see where the young people can venture in.
Yeah.
Na si vitu za kwamba pengine zitatupa mtu. Wagiriama wanasema jembe karituha mtu.
Yeah.
Yeah. So si vitu vya kwamba mtu atajiingiza kwavyo na apate pengine hayumo. And it's very nice that you mentioning this, that you decided to quit kule kwenye ulikuwa unafundisha and you came home. But now sasa nimeanza kupata picha kwamba ulikuwa umepromisiwa kwamba kuna kadil kanakuja.
No, there was no promise.
Okay.
There was no promise.
So hata hii project ulitajiwa lakini hukuwa unajua kama itakuwa na pesa.
The time nilitoka nikaenda summer school, that is when niliachana na walimu.
Okay, so you uliquit huko June.
Niliquit June.
Aye.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Sawa. Hivyo tu venye iko.
Yeah.
So exactly sahi ile project yenye mnafanya ni gani? Because I saw on your social media handles sijui mmejenga vitu and I was confused, maana najua huyu ni jamaa wa mazingira, lakini naona tena mmeanza kujenga but pia nikakumbuka kuna watu pia wanafanya hivyo na ni mambo ya mazingira. But
we are still there. And I think the project that we are now is a project known as vermiculture or vermicomposting.
Inaitwa
vermiculture. Yeah. Or vermicomposting. So it's a project that we thought more about how can we solve this problem on climate change. Na tukafikiria ni vitu gani tunaweza kama ni kupanda miti, kusafisha, that's something about tunaifanya kila siku. What next can we do? Because when you talk about Kilifi County, something ambayo ina lack ni most of those areas around Ganze, Bamba, hata around huku pia, our production iko chini. So to solve the issue on climate change, we have to solve food security. Sure. Food security pia ina come up kwa land pia, tuiangalie how can conserve it. Na tukangalia pollution ina affect much. So we talked about vermicomposting, which is a process of making manure using worms. Organic manure.
Umesema inaitwa?
Vermicomposting or vermiculture.
What? What?
Yeah. So it's a process of making manure using worms. Yes, where you are decomposing au unaozesha chakula kutumia minyoo. Unaozesha kile chakula ama takataka, organic waste. You are decomposing them but using worms. Still a natural decomposing.
I think I saw a video somewhere. I can't remember ni wapi exactly. A young man akitumia hizo vitu.
Yeah.
Is it Nyeri or something of sort?
Yeah, it's a project that is it is in Kenya, but I don't think it is in Kilifi County.
It's not that common.
Yeah, it's not that common. In fact, Kilifi County, I don't think it is in Kilifi County. We are the first person who are introducing it in Kilifi County.
We. A multi-million project. Unajua sasa tukisikia hivyo sisi sasa tunaanza kuangalia That must be a multi-million project.
It's a good and a big project, though we are still looking at it, because introducing such a project, people should know about the importance of what we are producing too, because people are used to buy the fertilizer kutoka kwa maduka ambazo ziko na chemicals which pia zinaharibu mashamba yetu.
True.
So having this one, we are bringing a solution where people will minimize the use of organic manure, or the artificial, is it artificial manure, and use this organic manure, where hiyo ita conserve their soil, ita make it more fertile. So it's a project that is looking at the climate change and how we can solve more on climate change.
Where?
Yeah.
So, okay, as the head of operations, mko kadhaa ama sahii uko peke yako sasa na mdosi?
Okay, we are in the company, we are 3, but we still have some youth which we are working with. The project is around Mida, and we have like 2 youth from Mida we are working with. Yeah, because it's a start, we are still working kwa ground kwanza. As we are tunapanua zaidi biashara, I think we'll go further in having those projects in different areas. Yeah, or having a bigger project that will accommodate more people.
So mnajaribu kuangalia kama itapik. So actually umesema mnatengeneza manure.
Yeah.
From waste.
From waste.
Kama hamtapata waste. Hey.
And unfortunately, people are eating every day. So we are sure that waste is there.
Eco.
Yeah. We are sure that waste is there. And if people are not eating, that we can even use cow dung and those other ambazo zinatokana na huko.
Okay.
So we can use even sawdust. We can use grasses. We can use the coconut shell. No, the coconut zile ni hizo za ni coconut hizo. Okay. We can use them. So there are very many things that we can use them there. So it's something organic, something that decomposes.
I have to find myself my way there. Lazima nifike nione hizi vitu. Unajua kuna vitu zingine bado nikisikia hapa nasikia tu, lakini I feel like
it's a very big project, and as we are embracing it, I think it will play a very bigger part in bringing a solution towards climate change.
We'll have also to have an episode ya kutuelezea imeitwa
vermicompost. Vermicompost.
Vermiculture.
Vermiculture, yeah.
Hey, vermiculture. I think we need to organize a show on vermiculture, and more specifically we should also do some photos pia tuone, ama hata tutafanya site visit so that tuelewe zaidi sisi wengine. Nimeanza kufloat bwana, nimeanza kufloat. So tukienda tu kumalizia show going forward sasa, because this has been a journey.
Yeah.
Na nimejaribu kuangalia, sijui kama ulikuwa unaniangalia vile. Sasa ukiendelea pale umesema it's a very big space. Sure. Umetaja vitu nyingi hapa mpaka nikaanza kushangaa, is this Madaraka Katana mentioning this? Last time, by the way, nikianza kuingia kwa hii space, I asked one Kelly Roberts Banda. So I asked him, tell us about climate change. So the guy was like, okay, what do you want to know about climate change? Because there's climate mitigation, climate adaptation, climate financing. Sasa unajua kuna zile terms utapigiwa. I think that's the challenge about the young people need to look at. And I love the fact that you're saying that you've looked into the market and seen that people are eating daily.
Yeah.
So waste inapatikana tu kwa wingi. But what are we doing with this waste? Na sasa hapo ndio mkajipata kwamba we can use this waste to do something. Sure. So I feel like ni kitu yenye if young people can come up kwa hiyo space, I think in the process mtu ana learn. Because napenda pia ile process yote ya kwamba wewe ulianza kupanda miti, umejipata tu mara social media vile, mara umeenda kwa training hivi, mpaka mwishoni ukajipata unakusanya machupa, mpaka mwishoni sasa umejipata yes.
Yeah.
Now there's this maybe problem in the market. We can do this. There are these resources which are readily available. Now let us do this. So now, pengine tukienda kumalizia, unaweza kushauri vipi vijana pale nje? Because again I'm looking at this, wewe ni mtu umewacha kazi.
Yeah.
Say you are the head of operations and kuna vijana wawili currently at the inception of this project ambao wanakuangalia because wewe sasa ndio uko juu yao, sivyo?
Sure.
So from kuacha kazi currently kuna watu wawili ambao tayari wanakuangalia na you are starting this. That means with time maybe kuna watu wengi tu ambao wataweza kufaidika kutokana na mradi huo.
Sure.
So my take is I feel like the space is very big such that if one anaweza jiingiza vizuri pale ndani anaweza jikuta hata pia ameajiri watu wengine.
Sure.
Vile tu sisi hapa Vito Africa tumeajiri mpaka producer na kipindi tunapiga hii ya mambo ya climate.
Yeah.
Kwamba si mtu mmoja sasa ambaye anaweza pata ajira katika hili.
Yeah.
So pengine ushauri wako sasa kwa vijana, because it's very nice that we are seeing young people. Personally, I have met young people. Today I was talking to one anaitwa Lordship kule mtandaoni, Brian Messiah. I hope you know him.
Yeah.
You've heard of him. So I was talking to him. Akawa anaongelea kuhusu sijui the Nyandarua County wanaongelea kuhusiana mambo ya I think clean energy under the Safe Kenya organization, of course, which is I am also a member there. So they are taking some crusades on clean energy in that county, and I was asking, what are your plans with Kilifi County? Akaniambia there is this organization naitwa Alin. Kuna jamaa mmoja ambaye amekuwa Bob Aston wa Alin. Kuna emails zilikuwa zikiingia zinakuja Bob Aston. Nakumbuka siku moja tumeenda organization, then this gentleman huyu Frank Marsha, the papa guy,
Yeah.
akauliza what is your expectation from here? Akasema I want to know this Bob Aston because I've been receiving a lot of mails and I've never met him. But don't worry, your expectations will be met. So there are a lot of issues ambazo zinafanyika kwa ground, but I still have a feeling that the young people are still looking at it na wanaona kwamba no, hii ni stories za jaba. Yeah. It's a scam, unajua. Yeah. Because last time we were talking here tulikuwa tunasema most of the times you see climate change trending, there's also climate scam trending somewhere.
Yeah.
But I feel like personally I've seen young people who are venturing into the climate space and they are doing amazing. You being one of them. Unajua siwezi kosa kutaja. Unajua last time ulikuwa hauna hata simu. Sijui niambie watu. You didn't have even a phone. Yeah. Right now you have a very big phone. And you're living big. Nakumbuka watazamaji mimi nishainunuliwa hata lunch. So going forward, what do you think about the climate action space, the climate change space, and the young people? What do you think inaweza fanyika, pengine ushauri wako kabisa tukienda kumalizia?
Okay, sitting here I can boldly defend that climate change is not a scam. Climate change is there. Climate change has been there.
But Brian Kithinji said.
Okay, I know how Brian Kithinji is arguing about it.
Huyo ni policy maker. Yule ni ama ni law maker. Ile jamaa.
I know how he's arguing about it,
yeah.
But according to his argument, climate change has been there. And in fact, even during our forefathers, during even the time of early man, early man, when you come on history, the early man has to adapt in different ili aendelee kuishi zaidi because kulikuwa na competition mengi on the food and everything. So he has to adapt. That means for us, climate change
adaptation.
Yeah, that is the adaptation we are talking about. Climate change was there and climate change is there. What we need is to understand that according to where we are going, where we are coming from, but where we are going to a situation where it will be more worse. So we need to see how we can tunaweza badilisha hiyo situation. So for the youth ambao wako kule nje, I think we need to tunahitaji kuleta vichwa vyetu vizuri and see what can benefit us. As you are looking at what can benefit you, what are you changing to the current situation? Not just what you are getting, but what are you changing to the current situation? Or what are you adding up to the current situation? Yeah, so we need to embrace all this. We need to think about what innovation or what secular, by the way, I'm so saddened why most of our youth wakimaliza, some wanashika tu pikipiki, wanaona that is the best thing they can do. Most of them wakimaliza wanaenda university, the only course ambao wanafikiria is education or medicine. But
Unarudi tena kwa education. Mbona mna mahasira na
that was what most of our youth are thinking, but there is more that is needed. Walimu wamekuwa wengi bwana kwenye, let us say the truth, wamekuwa wengi. Our youth need to think more on what we can do out here. There is much thing that we need to change as youth. There's much we need to change for the future, and as we are changing, there's a life in the climate space that you can venture in. So the youth, let us see the climate space as something that is our responsibility, and we need to change the situation for our own future, for a sustainable future. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. I hope sitakuwa nimefungia stories zozote zenye pengine utataka kuambia viewers pale.
Maybe next time I will tell them more.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And just before pengine to wind up, nikumbushe tu mpenzi mtazamaji kwamba on Saturday 3rd February basi watu watakuwa pale Mtongani Kidundu kwa Mangrove Restoration Program as we celebrate or rather commemorate the World Wetlands Day. Na kila mtu atakuwa pale. Tunaanza usiku wa manane. We are doing mangrove planting nyingi tu, and of course lining up again in the activities related to the climate change space. We have this gentleman Lucky Nzaro will be doing a Mijikenda Forest cultural tour, which is specifically will be done in the Kaya Rabai. So he's trying to see how best we can learn from the Kaya, the elders, and how they are doing conservation.
And in fact, those elders have very
rich information.
Yeah, I think if ningekuwa na nafasi ningekuwa part of this tour. But let us see.
17th, it will be on 17th February.
Yeah.
And of course, hii Sunday tunaenda tukakule mbuzi. Bila shaka tutakuwa tunaongea na yeye tujue kunaendaje pale.
So it's the same Lucky Kazungu?
Yes, Lucky Kazungu. So we'll be sharing with you ile information ambayo tutakuwa tunaipata from him na wale wengine. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, bye.
Bye.